Here are some tips on how to protect your savings from inflation in the UK. Number 1. Invest in inflation-protected assets. Inflation-protected assets are investments that are designed to protect your money from the effects of inflation. They do this by adjusting their value in line with inflation. In the UK, there are a number of different types of inflation-protected assets available, including index-linked gilts. These are government bonds that are indexed to the retail price index, RPI. This means the interest payments and the principal amount of the bond are adjusted in line with the RPI. Inflation-linked bonds. These are issued by private companies. They work in a similar way to index-linked gilts, but they're not backed by the government. Inflation-linked exchange-traded funds, ETFs. These are a type of investment fund that tracks an index of inflation-protected assets. This makes them a more diversified way to invest in inflation-protected assets. When you invest in inflation-protected assets, you're essentially locking in your purchasing power. This means your money will be worth the same amount in real terms, even if inflation rises. However, it's important to note that inflation-protected assets are not without risk. For example, if interest rates rise, the value of inflation-protected assets may fall. Additionally, inflation-protected assets may not keep up with all types of inflation. For example, if asset prices rise faster than inflation, your inflation-protected assets may not keep up with the increase in asset prices. Overall, inflation-protected assets can be a good way to protect your money from the effects of inflation. However, it's important to understand the risks involved before investing. Number 2, diversify your investments. Diversification is the practice of spreading your money across different asset classes, sectors, and regions to reduce your investment risk. There are a number of ways to diversify your investments. Asset classes are different types of investments, such as stocks, bonds, and property. By investing in different asset classes, you can reduce your risk because different asset classes tend to perform differently in different market conditions. Within each asset class, there are different industries. For example, within the stock market, you can invest in technology stocks, healthcare stocks, and financial services stocks. By investing in different industries, you can further reduce your risk because different industries tend to perform differently in different economic conditions. You can also diversify your investments by investing in different countries. This is because different countries have different economic and political risks. By investing in different countries, you can further reduce your risk. Index funds and ETFs are also a good way to diversify your investments because they track a basket of securities, such as stocks or bonds. This means that you're investing in a variety of securities, which helps to reduce your risk further. As your investments grow, you'll need to rebalance your portfolio to ensure that it remains diversified. Rebalancing helps to keep your risk at a manageable level for you. Number 3, invest for the long term. The stock market is volatile in the short term, but it has historically trended upwards over the long term. This means that if you invest for the long term, you're more likely to see your money grow, even if there are some short-term fluctuations. Investing for the long term helps you ride out the ups and downs of the market. The stock market will go through periods of decline, but it has always recovered in the long run. If you invest for the long term, you're more likely to weather out these storms and come out ahead. Over time, your money also has more time to compound. This is the process of earning interest on your interest, meaning your money can grow exponentially over time. Investing for the long term can also help you achieve your financial goals. If you're saving for retirement, for example, you need to invest your money for a long period of time to reach your ultimate goal. Of course, there's no guarantee that the stock market will always go up. However, over the long term, it has historically outperformed other types of investments, such as cash and bonds. This is why most financial experts recommend investing for the long term. Number 4, keep your emergency fund as cash. There are several reasons why you should do this. Your emergency fund should be accessible at all times in case of an unexpected expense. If you keep your emergency fund in a savings account, you can usually withdraw the money within a few days. However, if you invest your emergency fund in stocks or bonds, it may take longer to access the money, and you may even have to sell your investments at a loss, which isn't ideal. Cash is also relatively safe. It's not subject to market fluctuations, so you don't have to worry about losing money if the stock market crashes. Cash is also a liquid asset, which means you can easily convert it into other forms of money. This is important if you need to use your emergency fund to pay for an unexpected expense. Number 5, shop around for the best interest rates. Shopping around for the best interest rate for your savings is important because it can help you earn more money. Interest rates on savings accounts vary, so it's worth taking the time to compare different providers to find the best deal. Even a small difference in interest rates can add up over time. Not all savings accounts are created equal. Some accounts have higher interest rates, but they may have stricter withdrawal limits or fees. So it's important to find an account that meets all your needs and your budget. Some savings accounts may also charge fees for things like account maintenance. By shopping around, you can find an account that doesn't charge these fees. You can shop around for the best interest rate for your savings by using a comparison website. There are a number of comparison websites that can help you compare different savings accounts. This is a great way to get an overview of the different options available. It's important that you think about how you plan to use your savings account before setting one up. Do you need to be able to access your money easily? Do you need an account with a high interest rate? Once you know your needs, you can start start to narrow down your options. And before you open an account, be sure to read the terms and conditions carefully. This will help you understand the fees and restrictions associated with the account that you're trying to open. Number 6, consider a fixed rate savings account. Fixed rate savings accounts typically offer higher interest rates than regular savings accounts. This is because they're considered to be a lower risk investment. In addition, with a fixed rate savings account, you typically won't be charged a penalty if you withdraw your money early. This can be helpful if you need to access your money for an unexpected expense. However, there are also some drawbacks to fixed rate savings accounts. You're typically locked into the fixed rate for the agreed period, so you won't be able to benefit from any interest rate increases that may occur during that time, and you may be limited in how often you can withdraw money from your account. Number 7, make regular contributions to your savings. Saving regularly can help protect your money from inflation in the UK in a few ways. When you have a buffer of savings, you have money to fall back on if your income suddenly decreases or if an unexpected expense arises. This can help you avoid having to borrow money, which can add to your debt and make it more difficult to protect your money from inflation. If you invest your savings, you can potentially earn a higher return than you would by keeping your money in a savings account. This can help you beat inflation and grow your wealth over time. Saving regularly also helps you develop the habit of saving. This can be helpful in the long run, as it will make it more likely that you will continue to save money even when inflation is high. Number 8, don't panic. Inflation can be a scary thing, but it's important to remember that it's a temporary phenomenon. By following these tips, you can protect your savings and ride out the storm.